Hi, my name is Blake Henson, and I'm a 17-year-old gay. um, so this is my story. I had always known that I was attracted to guys, but it was never something that I had really acknowledged. If someone had ever asked me if I was gay for whatever reason, I would always say no without a second hesitation or thought. But someone messaged me on Facebook one day and asked me if I was gay, and for some reason I said yes. I told him it was a secret though, and he kept it. But to my misfortune, however, one week I was grounded and my mother had my phone. I knew she would read my text messages, so I decided to tell her before she had found out. I knew she would still love me, that wasn't a question, but I was afraid it would change our relationship, that it would change the way we interacted. She asked about 100 different questions, and I felt as if it was just picking at an open wound. I wasn't ready to come out. I guess you could say nothing really changed, but it did. There was a sense of comfort and coziness that was deftly replaced with helpless anxiety. I felt as though everything I had to say was subjected to a slanted perspective of my homosexuality. It wasn't sheer homophobia, though. We both tried to make things go back to the way they were, but it just didn't seem realistic. A year had passed before we truly started working it out. It was a long and uncomfortable year full of poisonous topics that we dared not cross, like dating or girls. I wasn't allowed to sleep over at anyone's house, no matter who it was or what the circumstances were. I was trapped, always forced to return to the place that I called home, but rarely felt like it. But then, like a soft, dim, yellow light at this end of a seemingly endless tunnel, resolution came. My mother and I began to share our feelings and discontent with the situation. We needed to learn how to understand each other. So after what had felt like hundreds of talks, we were able to reach the end of that tunnel. And where we are now, it's perfect.
Hello everyone, my name is Wyatt Robertson. I'm 17 years old also. And I'm going to tell my story that I just experienced actually up at Boys State. For those of you who don't know what Boys State is, it's 1,040 boys from high schools all going up to Sacramento and creating a mock government of California. Sounds fun. But when you realize that you are a gay individual and the people who are interviewing you are going to be from the highly conservative American Legion group, things get difficult. On my resume, I completely left off all of the work that I had done with the LGBT community, and I didn't even mention that I was gay. I got in, as did my boyfriend Blake, who was right there. Aww. We both went up there. We didn't tell anyone for the first few days that we were gay because we didn't know if the kids were going to be the same way as the people who interviewed us. Eventually, I got to be really, really close to the people on my floor, and I told them that I was gay. Even though I would only know them for a week, it's still so much pressure and so much stress just to tell people that you're gay. And that really shouldn't be there. So on the last day of camp, I'm sitting with my closest friends and my boyfriend, and the table next to us, some of the boys there just assumed that everyone was like them and that everyone was straight there, and they were playing truth or dare. One of the boys dared another one to go up to a random table of boys and hug every boy at that table, seemingly harmless. The boy started hugging everyone at our table, and the boy who dared him started calling him fag, faggot, and queer right in front of all of us. All of my close friends, they had my back right away. It was something that I had never experienced before. From people who I only told that I was gay 3 days ago were already standing up and defending who I was. It was an amazing feeling, and they are true allies. They started telling the boys to sit down and stop talking and stop being immature, but they continued shouting queer, shouting faggot, and shouting fag at all of us. They wouldn't stop, and I knew that my friends, they were going to fight those boys, and I did not want that to happen. I didn't want to get them kicked out or anything like that. So, my boyfriend and I, we stood up, and we kissed in front of everyone there.
Oh, yeah.
Instantly, they sat down. They stopped eating, took their food, and left the dining hall. It was awesome. We had people cheering for us, and we had people coming up to us on the bus home saying how it was so cool what we had did. I actually just got a Facebook message 3 days ago by someone who had just said that he had heard what we did and thought it was awesome. So I encourage all of you guys, to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for your friends. Stand up for the people who you call family. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Katie. I am older than them, much older. I'm 22, and I feel like a dinosaur when I think about these kids. But they're an amazing group, and I'm an ally. I consider myself an active ally, and is there a way to bring this down a little? Yes. Sorry, it's just like I can't see anyone. Thank you. I'm like high maintenance. Okay. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Okay, so here's my story. I've been scared of love for as long as I can remember. I'm not unlike those friends you undoubtedly have who have, countless community projects, who, throw themselves into family commitments and other activities just to kind of distract from that longing for more. And I've always been that way. I kind of prefer to be alone. I prefer solitude because I'm frankly scared of what vulnerability could do to me. I'm scared of being broken. But 3 years ago, I met my best friend Jen when I went off to college. And Jen's approach to love it couldn't be more opposite than mine. She is a lover, not a fighter, in the most perfect way possible. When Jen loves, she loves like terrorists hate. She loves with conviction, with power, with all the energy she can muster. Case in point, one summer, Jen and her girlfriend were apart, and, oh wow, only 5 minutes, okay. One summer, Jen and her girlfriend were apart, and she drove 400 miles to see her for just one day. The following day, she got in the car and drove those same 400 miles back home. Talk about dedication. She's the type of person who has that soft spot for her special someone. The kind of soft spot that makes you feel totally safe even when you couldn't be more vulnerable. So you might have heard me say girlfriend and she a couple times there. Yes, my best friend Jen is gay, and I couldn't be more proud of her. Sometimes I think about the fact that Jen's love was only deemed equal to my potential love for a hypothetical boy 2 weeks ago with the marriage equality legislation that passed. It's ironic, that her love up until 2 weeks ago, and not even, universally at all, but at least kind of in California, her love was worth less than mine in financial terms and legal documents. Yet, she still loved, willingly, And I've been too scared. So, I think it's kind of a shame. It's a huge shame. It's a harsh reality that so many people perceive the love between LGBT people, between these guys, as being worth less than my love. And I personally feel an urge and almost a sense of duty to fight for these kids, to fight for Jen, because Jen is so able to love. She was meant to love. She was put on this earth to love. So, here's when I get all preachy. Allies out there, I'm addressing you directly. Stand up for your friends. Stand up for your LGBT friends, family, the kids you don't even know. Caring isn't enough. You have to stand up and fight for them. Imagine how far the civil rights movement would have gone if those white people who were able to look past skin color had not stood alongside their black colleagues and friends. We have to get out there, stand at the front lines with these kids, fight with conviction, fight and love like the haters hate. Because then, only then, will those LGBT kids, where these kids know that we're not going anywhere until things change. And that, only then will we know that we can still be inspired by them the way that Jen inspires me with her love all the time. Thank you.